Hello guys, welcome back for part 2 on making the bump stops. In this part I will show you how I cast the bump stops. First of all, the mold which was already sprayed with Acmos mold release needed a quick polish. Just before closing the mold I placed the bottom plate in it. 4 bolts hold it together. Next I placed the 2 silicone rubber mold parts for the bottom groove. You can see that the silicone part seems a bit short, but it will expand since the mold needs to be preheated. The oven is set to 80 degrees centigrade and will preheat the mold during the mixing of the 2-part rubber. I need 100 parts of A for every 60 parts of B. In this case 299 grams of A and 179.2 grams of B. I will add a tiny bit of black pigment so the rubber is a deep black. The next step is using vacuum to get the most air bubbles out. Here you can see the bubbles popping up in the vacuum chamber. When I let the air back in, you can see the last one shrink. It takes about 10 minutes since the pump is small, and this time the rubber is already heating up due to the chemical reaction, but there is still plenty of time for casting. Double checking the silicone parts and then casting. First a small layer because small air bubbles tend to adhere to the edge of the silicone. I let the thin film adhere to the mold by turning it, then fill it completely. I place the top disc with the mold at an angle, to let all air escape and slowly lowering it in, till excess rubber comes out. Next is curing it at 80 degrees centigrade for 1.5 hours and leaving it for the next 30 minutes. Then I can release it from the mold. First loosening the excess at the top because this tends to make it more difficult to release the rubber. Using a tool that fits the bolt holes helps to get the rubber out of the second half, and of course clean and reapply the mold release. The silicone parts come out easily, but only last so long and then need to be replaced. Cutting excess rubber off at this stage is fairly easy, but peeling it off the steel has to wait 7 days till fully cured. After a 7-day cure, the peeling of the rubber from the steel is a lot easier than right after releasing from the mold. The flashings will be filed off and then they are ready to use. On to making the rest. If you want to see more of these videos, subscribe to my channel. This is some old footage from a year and a half ago when we were testing the first ones. Here you can see two types of brackets, of three different ones that they used. The middle one is a copy that I made for two projects. The right one is only slightly different from the left one. Hello guys, my name is Rob and I'm here with the Nashorn to show you where these bump stops go. Here you can see one of the bogies of the Nashorn. This part, this bracket, bump stops goes from the bottom. When the wheels come up too far, they will bump against the rubber stop and not against the steel. A total of 10 bump stops per vehicle are used. Hope to see you at Millitracks 2020, where we will drive around with the Nashorn. If you are interested in merchandise of the project, go to our page, of which a link is in the description.